Welcome to the Sponsored Rider Club podcast, your guide to motorsports sponsorship. Here's your host, Josh Weesey.
Welcome to this episode of the Sponsored Rider Club podcast, live edition, which is powered by AMSOIL. This is a pretty cool show because we brought Jay Cimarron of Racing Addix to tell us about the program, and we also touched base a little bit on Vegas to Reno. This actually was recorded on Facebook Live August 21st, right after Vegas to Reno completed. I was sick as a dog, but either way, did the show, and it turned out great. I would love to get your feedback on this show, though. Go ahead and head over to iTunes, leave a rating and review. Also, regardless of whatever podcast player you use, go ahead and subscribe, and that way you won't miss upcoming guests. So right after this one releases, we are going to have Mike and Danielle Gardner coming on the show. So that'll be the very next episode after this one releases. Beyond that, we've got Keegan Kincaid, and from NASCAR, we have Will Rogers coming on. So really excited for the show coming up. So depending on when you're listening to this, we're going to be at Heydays on Saturday and Sunday, which is September 8th and September 9th of 2018. We're going to be bouncing around a little bit, but we're going to be spending some time in the HMK booth and then also in the AMSOIL booth. And when I say we, I mean my brother Jeremy and I are going to be kind of roaming around. So definitely, if you hear this show and you're at Heydays, come find us. We'd love it if you dropped in and said hello. All right, I'm not going to talk too much. We're going to get in the show.
Hello. Welcome to the 13th installment of the Sponsored Rider Club podcast, live experience powered by AMSOIL. I'm really excited for this one, but I'm also a little bit hesitant because I feel miserable right now. For whatever reason, I got sick today and I've been a wreck, but we're going to make the best of this episode. We got Jason Simmer from Racing Addix coming on in a minute, and he's going to rock it out. I'm actually going to take this hat off too, because the fun hats are fun for like 2 seconds, and then I'm ready to get a regular hat on. So I'm going to go through a couple more things before we get in the show, but this is going to be a pretty cool show today. Jason's going to come on and tell us a lot about Racing Addix and what he's trying to accomplish, which is honestly an attempt to change the motorsports sponsorship world. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to catch up a little bit on Vegas to Reno, which just recently went down. That's where I came from, and he was at that race as well. So we're both still recovering from that. Maybe that's what I got sick from. Who knows? But either way, we're going to cover some of those things with Racing Addix. And then he's also going to share a big announcement, and Jay just joined as well, so welcome. He's going to share a big announcement too, which I'm excited about for sure. So AMSOIL, real quick, I want to tell you more about them. So you've probably seen them all over the place, whether it's on the side of like Bryce Menzies' truck or, at an AMSOIL sponsorship series. They're everywhere. And where I want them at, though, is I want them inside your vehicle. I want the oil. I want their products being used in your vehicle because it's awesome stuff. And they truly do care about making motorsports great. And that's why I'm partnered with them. That's, if you notice any trend with the companies that I work with, they're all excited about making motorsports stronger, better, faster, more reliable, safer, whatever it is. All those things are what I want to promote with this business. So AMSOIL is right up there with that. Additionally, GSP XTV Axles is sponsoring this show. And they allowed me to basically set up with Bold Racing at Vegas to Reno and do some awesome interviews over this past couple of days. So that was really exciting. I appreciate their support there. And that episode is going to be dropping tomorrow. And we've got some pretty amazing guests. So we've got 4x4 Barbie's coming back on, which Pleasant is her name, Pleasant Cook. And she raced with Bold Racing. So she's coming on the show. Jim Beaver. We got Vision Wheels, Mob Armor, Kristen Matlock, William Matlock. A bunch more. It's going to be a pretty cool episode. But we'll talk a little bit more about that later on, probably, as we get into the whole Vegas to Reno update. If you're listening right now, I really would love it if you liked this post, put a little comment on there. So we got Michael on here, so he's already joined. Leave a comment, invite your friends, put a little GIF in there. I love GIFs. Send us a picture. I don't know, whatever. Let's have some fun with it. And then ultimately, I want you to put your questions in there because Jay and I are going to be going through and answering those questions as the show progresses. So that's what I really encourage you to do. Share, comment, like, engage, ask questions. All right? So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to bring Jay on the phone. I'm going to add him to the call. It normally just takes me a quick minute to press a few buttons and actually get him on. And it's already working. So I'm pretty excited for that. We've run into times when it doesn't work at all. We can't bring people on. Hey! How's it going, man?
What's going on?
I love it. I love it.
Hey, fire suit. I haven't took anything off since Vegas to Reno yet.
Yeah, we were going to do this actually with the car too, and it was just like that was going to be way too much given this close to the race.
Yeah, the car's in shambles right now. It's been a
Yeah.
bad weekend.
Yeah, definitely. Chris, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining. And then who else? Yep. So anybody else, when you come on, just leave us a little comment. Darwin, thanks for joining, man. Thanks for giving me a sweet photo too. I'm still rocking that on the Facebook page, so that's been very helpful. Travis, how's it going, man? We're trying to break your record today, Travis, with most viewers. So we're gonna try to keep this thing going.
You're upside down. I'm not the most tech-savvy guy.
Dean, how's it going? How's it going? Brad, welcome. Well, Jason, man, first off, suit looks great. I can see the Never Lift logo, Racing Addix, Taraji Tires. Nice.
Solderwell.
Rocking the Solderwell hat. My brother's on. What's up, man? How's it going? Calculator Risk. Man, I got to hang out with some of those guys this weekend. That was sweet. So, yeah. Oh, my wife's on, too. Hello. Shatter it. Well, man, yeah, I know. I didn't think you were going to sit there the whole time wearing that suit.
You know what? The suit's like a sleeping bag. It's so comfortable.
Yeah.
And actually, everybody from Racing Addix gets a sweet deal on them. So you just call K1 Fire Suits safety gear and ask for Dustin, and I think it's like $600 off for a full custom suit.
That's a lot off, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, he hooks up everybody.
Well, we're going to honestly be talking a lot about money off in this episode. I mean, that's kind of the point of Racing Addix. So, if people are listening right now and you're like, ooh, I like discounts, I like sponsorship, then you're listening to the right show. So we're going to get into that in a bit. But, Jay, I want you to go through a little bit of what you experienced in Vegas to Reno. I'll add some things in because I had a blast there hanging out with Bold Racing. And with you, man, we got to walk around. We probably spent, 30 minutes, an hour together just kind of chatting and meeting people.
Yeah, I kept trying to buy you lunch.
It was too hot for me to eat, man. I just couldn't get it. I couldn't get it.
No, especially coming from Michigan. I still haven't coped to this California weather yet from coming from the Midwest. But, Vegas to Reno, it was a great time. It was my first time being at the whole Vegas to Reno. So, I'm fortunate to be able to be a part of that with, Calculated Risk Racing was there, Dead Leg, Fierce, Pondella Motorsports, and it's just sharing the experience with everybody. It was awesome. And the race was, I loved it. It was really good. And if, even if you can't race in that race, anybody, if you just have an opportunity to go out there and watch it or even get on a chase crew, it's amazing. It's once in a lifetime. So I was pretty excited, to be a part of the whole thing and actually be involved. So yeah. But the contingency, it was hot. It was very hot there. And fun.
Definitely. I'm normally pretty good with the heat, and I at least trick myself into thinking that I'm not getting overheated. But I'll tell you what, man, at a certain point, especially I was sitting down a lot and like doing the interviews, I was hot. I was like, whew.
No, I know you're sweating bad.
Yeah, the actual race wasn't as bad though.
Yeah, it's muggy, so muggy, but it was worth it. Even though that whole weekend I went on 8 hours of sleep from Wednesday to Saturday, and 8 hours, and I'm still trying to recoup, get my, I'm still kind of from it, but.
Yeah, I would say I don't know if that's why I got sick. I told people at the beginning of the show, man, I feel horrible. Like something was wrong with me big time today, and I'm trying to pull through for this show. And once it's done, though, like I'm out, I'm crashed.
Yeah. No, it's late out there. It's nice and early over here, and dinner's getting made. I have to do this at the house today. The shop is in shambles, so gotta do it here. So we might have some visitors. My dogs actually they're sleeping now, thank God.
Oh yeah.
The little French bulldogs are around. They're kind of crazy, and I'm expecting my 4-month-old home here soon, so there might be some screaming.
Yeah. Oh, Travis just said he'd rather do West Coast summer than Michigan winter. Yeah, but without Michigan winter, you can't snowmobile.
Yeah, you have to be in the Midwest for the winter.
Yeah.
What was it up by me, up in the UP where I'm from? We average 468 inches a year on the snow belt between Lake Michigan and Lake Superior. Hey, you gotta have the snowmobiles. That's where my racing started. That's where I got my first fix, and it's been a bad ride since then. This sucks that it's legal.
Yeah, right. Well, at Vegas to Reno, I had a blast. This is my second year chasing, and I'm glad you said that earlier. If you can't get out there to race, try to get out and help somebody in the pits. For the most part, you don't have to have a ton of experience to add some value. Obviously, if you're mechanically inclined, and if you know the area, and if you can fix stuff on the fly, like you're going to add a ton of value. But at first I'd never chased at all, and I felt like with some value at least. I don't think I didn't break too many things. I did break one thing. We won't get into that, but I did break one thing, so I apologize to Bold Racing for that. But either way,
sorry, Jimmy.
Yeah, sorry, Jimmy. But I'll tell you what, for me, it's been very helpful to get to see the behind the scenes of the racing. It helps me, I think, better connect with my guests too, because there's a lot of times we talk about, go to live events and network and connect and meet people. I'll tell you what, when you're there's so much going on. You're trying to get the car ready. You're trying to focus on racing. You're trying to make sure that you covered all your bases, and you're still trying to network, and you're like, oh, shoot, I forgot to go talk to such and such. Let me go find them.
Yeah.
And before you know it, the day's gone.
Yeah, it's hard, dealing with building a company, or building a podcast like you're doing, is just to be able to talk to everybody, and, you talk to this guy, and then you, on an accident, put this guy on the side burner, not realizing, because there's just so much going on, and you're only one person. We can't do it all, but we can try our hardest to do what we have to do. But just getting out there, connecting is the biggest thing, and that's why racing. I love the sport. I just love it. We're all addicts. We're all racing. We all got the so, yeah.
Yeah, and in a minute, I do want to talk about Racing Addix. Just a couple of things I want to cover. I was able to get a ton of interviews from this last show, or from the event. I sat down with 4x4 Barbie again, which, you've been hanging out with her a little bit too, and making some connections. She got to race co-driver with Jimmy Moore Jr., and then Jimmy Moore Sr. was getting ready to get in the car, but it broke before we really got too deep in the race. But, I got to sit down with them. I've got tons of interviews lined up here too. But yeah, in my next episode, Jim Beaver's coming back. He was on episode 4 and then 50, and now next one's 100. So I'm excited about that. And, Pleasant's coming on, which is 4x4 Barbie. Kristen Matlock, Wayne Matlock, Vision Wheels, Mob Armor, Race to Race 22. Just a ton. Soderwell, Lance Robinson, we sat down and had a good chat. So I'm excited to release the next episode, and I'm really excited to get to sit down with some of these people, face to face, making eye contact and having a good, solid conversation.
Yeah, it's always nice when you're face to face with people.
Definitely. Well, I want to talk about something else that's nice, and that's Racing Addix. All right. So you've been around, but you're changing the game right now, right? So tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now. What's your vision? What's your plan?
Well, Racing Addix started years ago. I always had a passion to help people, but I was racing at the same time too, and I lost all my funding from racing. Parents, they cut me off, and I remember going online when the internet was like the new thing. I need to find a sponsor, and I could never find nothing, and over the years I learned how to network and talk to people and build relationships. So I told myself, why don't I start something like this for the racing community? You know, why I have to do something like this. And, well, that's where Racing Addix evolved from. Funny story. It's not funny, but yet sad. My grandfather, he's passing away. And he grabbed my hand and he said, Jason, if racing was a drug, you'd be an addict, because I used to write more bad checks you could shake a stick at just to fund my racing. Man, that's when checks were out. I don't know if they make them anymore. But I wrote so many bad checks trying to go win the race and win the money and put it back in the bank. Well, it worked for a while, and then it caught up with me. And for my grandfather saying that, and he's raced since the 70s, Arctic Cat, the I-5 up there in Sioux, Michigan. He was Arctic Cat's Wonder Boy, because he's the first person to ever win it on Arctic Cat, and this is in the 70s.
Oh, wow.
Well, make a long story short, so I started Racing Addix. You know, I had a couple different things I wanted to do. Some things didn't work out too well, but now we figured it all out, what we're going to do. And Racing Addix is a platform for any racer now. Any race, if you race a go-kart, a lawnmower, a side-by-side, a dragster, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter your skill level. It doesn't matter anything. Racing Addix now has a platform for all racers. It's free. We don't make any money from it. So people are like, oh, we got to pay. Well, I wiped all that out. You know, why take more money out of the racer's pocket? So we're all about helping people. So log on to Racing Addix.
Yeah, while you're talking, I'm gonna pull it up. So keep talking. Hopefully you can see the screen.
A lot of people, it's spelled incorrectly. It's ADDIX. You know, a lot of people try to put regular Racing Addix on there, but you know, you log on, you build your profile, which is all free, and then you upload your pictures, your racing schedule, your bio, your videos, and you can actually pick what type of sponsorship you're looking for. You know, we have just different things. You know, we have Armor Coat and Solderweld and Neverlift Racing. You know, these are three companies that have been with me from the beginning.
Yep. And AJ is on too. AJ just joined a minute ago. Welcome, AJ. AJ from Neverlift and Armor Coat just joined too, so welcome.
Yeah. You know, AJ has been great. You know, he's been here from the beginning. He comes from a racing background family. I remember years ago, his dad Art was racing pro lights, and I was always following him. A big fan of his dad, and it just, lo and behold, me and AJ become friends. And you know, he's got Armor Coat and my Neverlift hat. Neverlift, and
this is my only hat that I brought. My intro hat. I'm not going to wear that one.
I can put my other hat on. No, but AJ's been here. You know, he's going to use my website as a platform to go find racers to help, because he knows what it takes. You know, Saul the World's already hooked up, I think, 10 racers. I got to thank Lance and that whole crew there for really stepping up and helping people in the industry. You know, yesterday. On a Sunday, I made a deal with Blood Lubricants. A really, really great oil. They have multiple championships underneath their belt, and and now he's going to use my website, Racing Addix, as a platform to find racers to sponsor. He's really eager about getting into the industry more, which I'm excited about. Then I got Taraji Tires. Mm-hmm. Now, Taraji Tires is a new tire to the UTV industry, and we run their tires on our car, and I can't speak enough on how awesome these tires are. You know, I'm not going to put tires on my car that are junk, you know, because tires have a lot to do with the wind, getting that W, and these tires that we put on the car are just phenomenal. I'd be kind of sad if they said we're not going to sponsor you guys anymore, because these tires are just amazing, and they're going to be on our website as well, using it.
And they're on this live show. What's up, Taraji? They just joined too. So hello.
Hey, Taraji.
Yeah.
And they're going to use they're going to scout racers on our website, on Racing Addix, to sponsor or even help in any way, because any help is good help. You know, if we can save a racer some money, we're happy. You know, they do phenomenal things there, and you know, solder weld, armor coat, K1's hooking everybody up with huge discounts on custom embroidery fire suits. And I know Ben, I don't know if he's on here. Oh yeah, Ben, him and his wife were so kind because it was last minute for us to get a fire suit. They went up and picked them up for us in Carlsbad and delivered them to Vegas for us. But I got a nice little photo of Ben modeling in my fire suit, and I think he slept in it too. I don't know, but they're so comfy. I got a new energy drink company that is making a statement in the energy drink industry, which is Flow Energy. The guy there, he's amazing. He's super cool. I don't have any more cans because I drink them all. As soon as I get them, I drink them. And I didn't share any with anybody, but I want to turn around and show you guys my backside of my fire suit, because that's what his logo looks like. And it'd be cool if everybody checked out their website. They're gonna have they're gonna start selling energy drink online next week. It's www.drinkflow.com, or even follow on Instagram. It's @drinkflow. But this is what their logo looks like. Not my butt, okay? You see it?
Oh, I can. There you go, right there. That's it. Awesome.
I had to share that. I just want to do a little spin around for everybody.
That was good. I appreciate it. Larry said, do they make fat guy sizes?
What's that?
Larry was asking.
They do, Larry, because I'm right up there with you.
Looks like so Jason was asking about Taraji Tires. So they're on here right now. Taraji, if you're still listening, maybe drop a link to Jason there so you can check them out.
Yeah, you know, those Taraji Tires are amazing. They have a couple. The Taraji brand has the Atlas, which would be really good in the East Coast. You know, because I kind of come from all areas here. You know, from living in the Midwest, and the Taraji Tires, their Atlas has got a lot of. I call them. What do I call them? Oh, I'm having a brain fart right now. Meat cleavers, meat cleaver tires, because they're just so. Yeah. I mean, the traction. And they got their 32s that we run the Striker. That it's amazing in the desert. And the whole Vegas to Reno race, we have a set that's probably got. They wear the same. It's got so many miles, and we were 300 some miles into the Vegas to Reno race before we broke, and with a 31.5 minute lead, mind you, we had a 31.5 minute lead in our class.
Yeah.
And the transmission decided it was a grenade. But we did have one flat tire, but it's not because of the tire. It's because the previous driver that was in the car decided to drive it into a huge rock and bend the complete rim and puncture the tire.
Oh, no.
So that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But, and then I know Desert Vets with CLS Racing, they also were running the Taraji tires. And they, like Mike just said from Desert Vet Racing, 374 miles, 0 flats.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And
that's tough to do.
Super cool.
People don't realize if you haven't done desert racing before or experienced it, you can go through like 5 or 6 tires. It's crazy.
Yeah, easy. And you know, I was talking to some people today. You know, they have some really. I'm not going to say the names, but they have some really nice tires that they were really frustrated with, and they were already asking me, "Hey, what's up with Taraji? What's up with Taraji?" Yeah, that's their website. There you go. You know.
Yeah, I'd say thanks for dropping the link there too, Taraji, and then also the small rock, 3-inch gash in a sidewall and a bent rim.
Dean Clean, man, I gotta call that guy. Dean wants some lightweight short course tires, and Taraji does make the Atlases, and they actually have access to other tires that are really good in the short course. Dean, I will call you tomorrow. I've been like phoneless forever, and I will get a hold of you. We got to talk about your shocks. James Morgan. 822 second place, 8,000. What's that? I have no clue what that is.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more, James. Tell us more about that one. Hey, everybody, too, this is great. Keep the comments coming, and also ask questions too. Especially, while you got Jason on the line right now, if you want to know more about Racing Addicts, go ahead and just start dropping those questions in the comments.
Yeah, the Racing Addict, like I said, I really want to stress to everybody, it's a platform. I mean, the thing with in the racing industry now is that you have to sell yourself. Because why would a company want to invest in you if you're not going to do nothing for them? And social media right now is super key on building yourself, your name, and getting attention from a lot of these companies. And what's great is that on our website you have access to do it all, and these companies are going to come look at your profiles and overview everything. Just be honest about everything. Companies do contact me, say, hey, which ones do you think? And I don't want to say this guy, this guy, and this guy. I don't want to play favoritism. That's why I say just look, and we're looking to get more companies involved. Any company that does get involved with us, they're going to get a logo on our sponsors on the bottom, links to their website. I have Pyrotech that's going to be giving everybody a discount. Fierce Racing Products, my buddy Scott, who built our race car, he's going to be giving everybody a discount. And that guy actually, if anybody is out here that want in the Valley area, wants some stuff done, get a hold of Scott at Fierce. And then like Ace Motorsports, what Racing Addix is also doing is that we're going to have links to like race shops. I think it's a dead thing right now. It doesn't go anywhere. But like Ace Motorsports is a really good company, and he actually helped us out right before we went to Vegas to Reno because we were like clueless on what was going on with their car. And those guys are giving Racing Addix guys, hooking people up there with discounts in the area, and they're in Upland. Really, really smart guys when it comes to working on cars. We had to call them last minute, and I just had to give a shout out to Ace Motorsports for everything. I know they helped CLS out too last minute, and these guys they're amazing. Casey and Brian. But we're going to start implementing a lot of different things on our website. It's going to grow as we grow, and we just want to get the best product to the racers because we want to see everybody on the podium, but we know everybody can't make it because not everybody can be in first place at the same time.
Right.
So
just to follow up too, James Morgan put a comment. Tony Scott race to race got second place, so that's that big orange F100 truck racing. It must have been number 8022 is the number. So yeah, and actually, so James, I think we got to actually talk a little bit at Vegas Reno too. So thanks for joining on this call here.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome. How are they doing? I'm trying to look at something here. I'm sorry. Ace Motorsports saved us. See, Larry even said Ace Motorsports saved us right before Vegas to Reno. So you got to give a shout out to Ace Motorsports, man. Those guys are awesome.
Definitely.
Well, I'm trying to think. There's a lot of things going on, but I just want to stress to everybody to the website, when people are getting not frustrated, but confused, when you log in to the website and build your profile, it'll say, thank you for joining.
Yeah.
You have to go back and log back in, and then log back in with your username and password, and then you'll have access to upload your videos, photos. It's something that we have to fix still, but it's super simple. Any problems, they can email us through the info@racingaddix.com. And and I'm going to save the big news here for a little while. I'm not.
Yeah, I didn't know when you want to share it.
Yeah, you don't want to waste it. So.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that people can expect if they join? So if they go on right now and go to this link, which is right here, join our team, fill out the information, what can they expect?
Well, they automatically can expect within a week of joining, they're going to get a phone call from myself or someone that works with us to be offered a contingency sponsorship right from Racing Addix. The contingency sponsorship ranges anywhere from $50 to $500, depending on what you're willing, what you want to do. There's different programs that we have set, because we want to help as many people as we can. But for podium finishes, we're going to start paying out. And I know Michael Plank, he's been breaking the bank here. That guy's winning every weekend, and just there's your money, there's your money, there's your money. I don't know if Michael's still on here, but
I know
he's draining our account. Yeah, he's draining our account big time.
Yeah.
But hey, way to go, Mike. Keep it up.
Yeah.
He's got the big old 24-inch sticker on the side of his car, and I didn't even ask this guy for anything. He's a really big supporter of us, and he's hooked a few different sponsorships through us. Competition LED. I forgot to talk about those guys. Yeah. They're doing big things too. I know they hooked CLS Racing up, and quite a few other racers. And those lights are bright.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I didn't have them on ours because we built our car previous to us teaming up with Competition LED. But if you guys are in the market for some LED lights, sorry.
The dogs are
some LED lights. Yeah, the dogs. Definitely check out Competition LED.
Yeah, good.
Oh,
good. So,
okay.
So what else? So it seems like you also link people together. I mean, if there's anything I've learned about you is that you are constantly networking. So, I mean, what does that mean? If people sign up, they get contingency sponsorship. What about from a networking perspective?
Well, as far as me, like with my networking, I try to put racers and sponsors together. That's what I do. That's what I like to do. I find a racer. Let's use Desert Vet Racing. Okay, Desert Vet Racing's been one of the original guys that's their whole program since they signed up with me in the beginning when my first website was up. They have an awesome program going on, and I got them in contact with Taraji, and Taraji hooked those guys up. Competition LED hooked those guys up. Yep. They already had Salderweld, and that's where I met Salderweld, is through Desert Vets at that race. And then I'm trying to think, so to date, there's been 128 sponsorships from Racing Addix. 128 racers has been sponsored already. And that's when we're just a little bit smaller, didn't have a lot to work with, and now all these companies are coming at me and want to get involved, and it's by this site having the platform that it does now, I don't have to stress myself out trying to I gotta put you at this person. I'm out getting the companies to get involved. And well, here's a bit here. Should I break the big one?
Go ahead and do it, man. Let's hear it.
All right, so yesterday on a Sunday, I got an angel investor contacted me. They really love what Racing Addix is about, how we're helping people and pay it forward and whatnot. I can't thank this guy enough, but he is investing, I'm going to say, a disclosed amount of money.
Yeah.
And every racer is going to get something that is on the website.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might be $50. It might be $100. It might be $2,000 each. I don't know. We'll find out. It's at the end of the month is when it's going through, and my French bulldogs are fighting. At the end of the month, it's going through, so everybody can expect something. I'm excited for it. Just for the community, the racing community. And as long as you race in the series and you got everything up, you're getting something. We'll see how much each person gets. I'm excited for it, and I know it's in the thousands. So, and I don't get nothing.
Yeah, I definitely recommend people then go and sign up because you're getting something, even if it's $1. It's worth it.
If it's $1.50, it's more than what you had to begin with. You know, maybe you can get like a quarter of a gallon of gas or fuel.
Right.
You know, but it helps.
Right.
Anything helps, and that's the thing is this. Any little thing helps, and you know, a lot of people that are now getting into the racing industry, you know, you can't. Okay, I'm going to use Dale Earnhardt Jr. as an example.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, I can't go out there and expect what Dale Earnhardt Jr. gets. You know,
Right.
look at what that guy does. He's like a marketing platform for companies. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what the guys that are just getting into racing, that are in racing, or you know, start marketing yourself, and then start marketing. If you market yourself, the big companies will come. You know, because they follow what you're doing. Oh, I'm going to follow this guy. Oh, he's doing this, and now I can plug him doing this. And never go without saying something about the people that support you. You know, and a lot of people do forget about stuff like that. These dogs are fighting underneath me. Here, come on. Come on. Here. Hang on.
Yeah, I would say you were going to introduce the dogs anyway at some point.
This is one troublemaker. Here's one small troublemaker right here. Sorry.
He's got 3 of them running around there.
Oh, that's Polaris. He's always running around. We got Can-Am and Textron running around here. So, sorry, we got some people that just came home. So, yeah. So yeah, that's big news. It's pretty good for everybody.
Yeah.
It might get kind of loud here for a second. I apologize.
Yeah, no worries. I was actually going to call out a comment from George Hamill. So George was actually on this show. He's been on the podcast twice, live once, and then on the regular show once before too. So definitely encourage people to go check that episode out. But, you know, he just put up, would be rad to see a site or a software that helps show actual influence in your genre, not just size of social media following. You know, like, that's one thing I know. I think Hook It gives you just the social media following aspect, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, how do you get the rest of that?
Yeah, well, right now we're actually developing an app as we speak that's going to be basically like an Instagram, Twitter, or whatever, Twitter. We're building that app right now, and I'm super excited for that. It's going to take a little while to build, but these guys are these guys are building it for us, and I think it'd be a lot of fun to help with everything.
Oh, that's awesome! Hey, got the newest little Racing Addix.
Here's the future racer. Yeah, right, buddy? Sorry, I got to get the family involved now.
No, you're good. How old?
He's
4 months?
What's going on. 4 months old.
4 months.
4 months.
Mm-hmm.
4 months the other day. Say hi. He'll be racing 170 next week.
Right. I'll tell you what, when I interview people on the show, I ask them all the time, like, when did you start riding? Oh, I was about 2 days old. You know, I got myself a little YZ80 and... You know, it's just...
Yeah, gotta get the little ones. Hey, can you take him, please? I think he just farted. Say bye-bye.
Yeah. Yeah, so George, that's a good comment. It looks like, you know, Jason might be working on that too.
Yeah, and you know, Hamill, he's in the marketing. He I think that's what he does for a living. So he knows all too well about what really has to be done, you know. I'm gonna go back and find this comment, but he's exactly right, and that's what we're starting to build, you know.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
Sorry about the commotion. A lot going on.
No, you're fine. I mean, we've already been at this for over 30 minutes. So I mean, do you have any other kind of last minute things to kind of close things out?
No, I mean, I want to really help everybody in the racing industry. You know, I put my racing on the side burner to help other people and help grow other people's racing programs. There's probably something that I'm forgetting to talk about, and at the end of the episode, I'll be like, oh man, you know, but
well,
I'm not professional. I am professional, but this is who I am. You know, this is what I do. I just goof around.
Well, one thing good too is what you can do is, if you do remember something else, just post up in the comments later. And same with anybody listening. I ask people, if you're listening to replay, just put in hashtag replay in the comments or ask another question. We might be able to go back and answer that later too. It just won't be live. So if you do have something else later, you can use the feed to kind of share those updates and, you know, get more information out there.
Yeah. You know, and I don't know if there's any companies that are out there listening to the podcast or will listen to it, but, you know, if any company out there wants to get involved with Racing Addix and you know, people that get involved with us, we help them market, push their brand. If it's not just on our Instagram or our Facebook. I think Facebook's fallen off, to be honest with you. But Instagram, and we just try to get. We have racers that are willing to rock a sticker or repost, and it helps them get their name out there more. Some of these new companies that are starting, and we're here to help to grow the sport and get companies outside of motorsports involved, and just bring more money to the industry. And it's just one thing at a time. I wish I could do it all right away. But I can't. So one thing at a time, and everybody, no matter what you race, go sign up. It's free. You're not going to be charged nothing. Maybe $1 million one day.
Yeah.
So, yeah. When you guys get that big sponsorship, here you guys go. Thank you.
Yeah. Right. So. And I'm really glad you said that about trying to bring in businesses from outside motorsports so we can grow it in general. If people have listened to any of my episodes recently, I've been talking about that more and more. And that's why we partnered together too, right? So people have probably already seen Racing Addix has been sponsoring this show now for all of August. That we share the same vision. Otherwise, I would say, no, I don't want to work with you. If the company doesn't share the same vision as me, then I'm not going to want to do business with them. But you have the exact same vision.
Yeah, and I'm so happy to team up with you. We're doing a lot of the same things. Really trying to help the motorsports industry, and I like that. I respect that about you, and you're from Michigan too, so that makes things even better. But we need the racing industry is such a great industry, and the people involved. It's this huge family sport. It's a huge family, and you bring all these other companies in. Those companies are going to get support from everybody. They may not sponsor you in particularly, but through your friend has it. So, I'm gonna, my buddy has it. So I'm gonna go try them out or try that out or give it a shot, and that's, and if we all unite together and help, racing's big, but we can make it even bigger, and it's just, let's take it over. Let's get all these outside companies involved and rock it out, and really get them the exposure. And the more people that see the name, my theory is the more people that see your name, the better,
Yeah.
Don't. A lot of these big companies that give one racing organization $200,000 or whatever the case may be. Hey, sponsor 200 small guys. Give them $1,000 a piece or whatever. A few $1,000s. What you think they're valued at, or and hook them up. And then next thing you know, you got 200 of your logos, 200 machines across the country, and on 200 different Instagrams or whatever the case may be. Instead of just one car. Invest broadly, not just on one. Sorry, all you guys that get your big money from the big companies. Sorry.
Oh, it's good, man. Well, hey, I really appreciate you taking the time today. For people listening, if you still got questions, type them in to the comments section. We'll try to catch them at a later time. Otherwise, I really appreciate it again, and I want you to have fun and ride safe. Peace.
Right. See you guys.